actually coding in like 1996-ish. So to some of you, that's forever ago. To some of you, that's only a few years ago. But so I started off basically when it was just HTML, and then about 2000, somewhere around there, I decided that I was going to become a teacher. So I worked in education for about 5 years. I have a bachelor's and a master's degree in education. So I did that for a while, and then I the whole time I was doing that, I really wanted to continue working with code, kind of working with websites, things like that. So about my 5th year of teaching, well, actually, about my 3rd year of teaching, I decided that I wanted to kind of get more into software development. So I ended up and went and got a master's in information systems. So by doing that, it kind of gave me at least somewhat of a foot in the door with some of the tech companies in Charleston. And my teaching history actually worked to my advantage when I did this, because the person, my first tech interview that I went on, the person who was doing the interview was a prior teacher also. So it kind of worked in my favor. So that got me in the door at a company called Agility, actually. And Agility kind of worked close with Spark. And I've been in Spark's building many times, and it is a great place. I love it. But right now, I worked in Agility for a couple of years, and then I went to a company called Blue Acorn. And at Blue Acorn, our culture is kind of very similar to Spark's, right? We're a fun company. We do a lot of entertaining things. There's beer on tap. Sorry, that's some people, that's a selling point. But so right now, I'm working at Blue Acorn as a LAMP developer, Linux, Apache, MySQL, PHP, so it's all web-based development. But I'm also teaching at Code Camp and kind of taking a lot of my teaching and my tech knowledge and kind of bringing it to Code Camp.
Awesome. So a little bit about the program. I'll interview you. Since you designed the program or assisted with other instructors, how are the courses laid out? What can a student expect to learn in each class?
Right, so thinking about like the web, we have this web basics series, it's 101 through 105. So we kind of have laid it out so that it starts you from a very basic understanding of how the web works. So it starts off with HTML and CSS and kind of gives you a little, a more in-depth understanding of how those things work together. And then we jump into Web 102, which is more just CSS based, and it kind of gives you more information about transitions, about different animations.
Who knows what CSS means? What it means?
Anyone know what CSS stands for?
Cascading style script.
Close.
Sheets.
Cascading style sheets. Yes.
Excel or large?
So you get a free t-shirt just by answering a question. So Web 102 is all about CSS and about a more complex, in-depth CSS. And then Web 103 is more talking about programming concepts, which if you are already in software development courses, you probably have a good basic understanding of that. So what this does is kind of gives it to you programming concepts in the context of JavaScript and in the context of web development. So it helps you kind of understand how you can build objects and things like that with JavaScript, and how JavaScript plays into the overall programming paradigm. And then Web 104 is more advanced JavaScript, and also kind of throwing in something called jQuery, which is a framework around JavaScript. So it allows you to kind of use jQuery to build your JavaScript applications and build the functional part of your website more effectively and just efficiently and quickly. And then Web 105 it gives you kind of more of an in-depth understanding of how it all comes together. So we basically start to take some of the PHP that's on the back end, we use some JavaScript, and we start to deal with AJAX and how we can kind of make calls to the back end and get information back from the server. Who knows what AJAX stands for?